Hello and welcome to the WTA Weekly Wrap-Up. My name is Jess, and over here on the Quality Shot YouTube channel, we talk about everything that's going on the women's side of the tennis tour. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you love everything tennis, because Quality Shot has everything you need when it comes to both the men's and women's tennis tours. Okay, so let's talk about what happened this week. It was the week after the Australian Open, so there was still plenty of tennis that went on. Obviously, we finished the Australian Open with Madison Keys taking out the Australian Open, so a lot of players were taking a bit of a break, but there were a couple of tournaments happening for the women. So over in the Upper Linz tournament in Austria, so we saw Ekaterina Alexandrova take out the title by beating Diana Yastremska in the final in 3 sets. Alexandrova won the first set 6-2, however she dropped the next set 3-6. She then managed to come back in the third set and win it 7-5 to win the tournament for the first time. Now for Alexandrova, she's actually been in the final here twice before, however has never managed to take the tournament out. So this was her first time, third time's a charm, so great to see her managing to take the title out there. So in her first round match, Alexandrova managed to beat Sasnovich. Then in the quarterfinals, she beat Petra Martic. And then in the semi-final, she had a straight sets win over Mahova, 6-love, 6-4, and then obviously came out and took out the final in 3 sets. So it was a great week for Alexandrova to take her first title for 2025. Also great for Yastremska. I feel like towards the end of 2024 or part of 2024, we didn't see too much of her, so it was really good to see her back in a final this year. And then over at the Singapore Open, Elise Mertens managed to take out the title. She beat Anne Lee in the final in straight sets 6-1, 6-4. On the way to the final, she won her first match against Taylor Townsend in straight sets. Then in the round of 16, she managed to beat Tatiana Maria in 3 sets. In the quarterfinal, she beat Osorio, who was the 6th seed, and then went on to beat Wang in the semi-final in straight sets. And then obviously in the final, she went on to beat Anne Lee in straight sets as well. So for Elise Mertens, this is her 9th career title. This is her first title since October of 2023. And actually 7 of her 9 titles have come on hard courts. So when it comes to hard court tennis, she is doing great. And this is the first time back for the Singapore Open. So the Singapore Open last was played in 2018 and hasn't been on the WTA tour since, but it's back for 2025. Mertens has actually had a really good year to start. So not only did she take out the Singapore Open, but she was the runner-up at the Hobart International earlier in the month. So she's had a really good start to the year. If she keeps it up, she could definitely have a good run. She's currently just ranked outside the top 30. She is a former top 15 player, so perhaps she could get back to that form if she keeps it up. So if we have a quick look at the rankings, you can see that there has been no change to the top 10. We still have Aryna Sabalenka at world number 1, followed by Iga Swiatek and then Coco Gauff. There's also been no change between world number 11 to number 16. However, Mahova has jumped up 2 places to now be world number 17, and we have Donna Vekic, who has jumped down to world number 19. Samsonova is now at world number 20. After her win in Austria, Alexandrova is now at world number 25. However, Pavlyuchenkova has moved down to world number 26. We also now have Maria Sakkari at world number 29. However, Azarenka is now at world number 30. Now, just outside the top 30, we have Elise Mertens at world number 31, followed by Potapova and then Ons Jabeur. Clara Townsend has moved up to world number 34, which is 5 places up. However, Yelena Ostapenko has moved down 9 places to be world number 35. And we also can see that Vondrousova and Noskova have also moved down in the ranks as well. Now, although there hasn't been any major changes to the top 10 or anything like that this week, we do have the 1000s coming up soon for the women. So there's a high possibility that these rankings are going to change. There's going to be some movement. So definitely keep an eye out for that, because there'll be a lot of players that have ranking points to defend, and also a number of players that will be looking to gain some points. So definitely keep an eye out over the next few weeks. In other tennis news this week, we got word that Petra Kvitova, former Grand Slam champion, will be back on the tour this month. Her first tournament will be at the ATX Open in Austin later this month. So she'll be gearing up to compete for Indian Wells and the Miami Open. This is super exciting for her. She hasn't played tennis in about 15 months. Well, she hasn't been on the tour for 15 months because she's been on maternity leave. So she gave birth to her son last year in July. So this would be great to see her back on tour. She's such an incredible player to watch. So it's going to be really interesting to see how she comes back. Sometimes players, when they've been on maternity leave, it takes a little bit to get going. Obviously, Belinda Bencic, she had a really good run at the start of this year, who also came back from maternity leave. We also have Naomi Osaka, who's finding form form again after coming back last year. So it's going to be great to see what happens with Kvitova. Obviously, I mean, she's a former Grand Slam champion and she will probably find her way back up to the top at some point, I think. I think she's an incredible player, so I think she'll definitely be back within the top 15, top 20 in no time. However, I think we do have to kind of manage expectations when players come back from maternity leave. Sometimes I think we think that, oh, they're going to come back and just absolutely annihilate again. I kind of feel like they felt that with Naomi Osaka a little bit, but it does take a little bit of time to get back into the swing of things. And there's these new different players. Everyone's gotten better, hitting harder, all of that. So it's going to be fascinating to see what happens with Kvitova, but I do think she will be back at the top maybe by the end of the year, start of next year. I think she definitely can do well, but it'll be good just to see her back on the court again. Now, looking to the week ahead, we have the Transylvania Open, which is a 250 for the women. And we also have the Abu Dhabi Open, which is a 500. In Abu Dhabi, we do have Elena Rybakina competing. There's also Paula Badosa, Daria Kazatkina, Putintseva, Pavlyuchenkova, Leylah Fernandez, and Yelena Ostapenko. So at the Transylvania Open, the top seed is Potapova, followed by Danilovic. We also have Peyton Stearns, Kalinina, and Siniakova also competing. Once that comes to an end, we have the Qatar Open, which will be the first 1,000 for the women. So that'll kick off on the 9th of February. So definitely keep an eye out. So this week we have a couple of smaller tournaments, and then we have the next big tournament. And then once Qatar is finished, we then head into the next 1,000 straight after that, which is the Dubai Open. So the next couple of weeks, enjoy this little lull or, smaller tournaments for this week, because once that's over, we are back to the 1,000. So, and look, that is everything I have for you this week for the WTA weekly wrap up. This is actually going to be my last WTA weekly wrap up. I know, very sad. Look, it has been amazing being able to film this for you guys for the last few months, to do this video, to talk about everything going on the women's tour. However, life be lifing sometimes, and you have to make decisions to do things for yourself and other commitments. So look, unfortunately, this is the last video. That doesn't mean I won't be back on the Quality Shot channel. I definitely will be involved in some other videos and stuff like that moving forward, but just not on a weekly basis like I have been for the last few months. It has been a pleasure doing this segment, and thank you so much for watching. Look, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to the Quality Shot YouTube channel, because they have everything when it comes to tennis, and it's a great channel to follow, very hardworking people, and you should absolutely keep watching the channel. They've got an amazing ATP segment, and I'm sure there'll be someone that will be able to fill this spot talking about women's tennis as well, because it is absolutely just as important as talking about the men's game. And there's so much going on in the women's game. It's a perfect time. It's a shame. I wish I could keep doing this, but honestly, it is something that I just kind of have to make a decision. But anyway, I will not drag this on any longer than it needs to be. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Bye.